Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to Beyond the Play RVA. I'm your illustrious host, Rebecca Pierce, CEO and founder of RLP Productions, as well as Maggie's Custom Sweet Treats. And I'm so excited to be back with you again with another fantastic guest. I'm super excited to be bringing her to you guys today. But first, we got to do our housekeeping. This show is brought to you, of course, by Maggie's Custom Sweet Treats, one of the sponsors for the show. And if you have a Black or brown woman that you think would make a fantastic guest, we want you to send us an email to info@rlpproductions.com. That's info@rlpproductions.com. And definitely recommend this wonderful lady to the show. But again, also, if you are interested in perhaps being one of our sponsors along with Maggie's Custom Sweet Treats, you can also send an email inquiry to that same email, info@rlpproductions.com. Now, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, the idea for this show, of course, spawned several years ago, but really it was my attendance at the first annual Black Women in Food Summit in Washington, D.C. about 2 years ago that really inspired me to change up the platform for this show. And I came out of that summit excited about offering an opportunity for a particular market that doesn't get a lot of exposure, I feel, and that's Black and brown women in the food, beverage, and spirits industry. So this show is all about supporting that particular market, that particular group, and I hope that you enjoy the guests that we're bringing to you on the show. Now, with all that being said, please help me welcome the phenomenal Debbie Church, CEO of Delicate Creation Custom Cakes. Did I get that right?
You did. You did.
Fantastic. I'm so grateful to have you here on the show. You were referred by another wonderful guest. And then, of course, I looked on your social media and I was like, oh, yes, absolutely. Because I can't do what you do. And I'm like, I am. Whenever I see these beautiful cake designs and all these fantastic decorative ideas with dessert and stuff, I'm like, yeah, that's not my wheelhouse. But you know what? I'm going to support. I keep it clean and simple. I'm a simple homemade baker, right? So, Miss Debbie, tell our listeners who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. Well, again, my name is Debbie Church, and I am the owner of Delicate Creation Custom Cakes. I started this back in January of 2013, just from doing one practice cake. And I did a cake for one of my mom's friends, and she posted it on Facebook. And I have literally been doing it ever since.
One
I
practice cake. One practice cake?
One practice cake. So what happened was, I started out just playing around with cupcakes. And I had taught nursing at a school for 7 years, and the school abruptly closed.
Okay.
So in the interim, I was just making cupcakes. So a friend of mine, my mom's friend's daughter, was having a party. I was like, oh, let me do some cupcakes. She didn't want cupcakes. She wanted cake. Well, I didn't do this. So I said, send me a picture, and she sent me a picture, and I went to Michael's and I just bought a whole bunch of cake stuff. And I took about 2 weeks and I practiced on the dummy cake.
Wow.
And then I did her cake, and then she posted it. And I have literally been doing it ever since.
Oh my God. I tried it. I tried a dummy cake and it stayed a dummy cake.
Now listen, now that I look back at it, it wasn't pretty.
Some of us know our forte early, and some of us takes a minute. But those decorating cakes to me is a serious gift. That is just not what I do. I love simple cupcakes. I could decorate the hell out of a cupcake, but a big old cake. So tell me who or what inspired. I know this event, that making up that cake, but like, who inspired you to even get into baking? Like, how did you pick this up? Because I know for a lot of people, baking is terrifying because it is an exact science, so to speak. I don't think so, but tell me so how did you start baking? What got you into it?
I didn't really have an inspiration. I just needed to make money.
Right. There we go. He's get some money.
That was like literally it. Like, I didn't watch cake shows. Like, I had no interest in baking. I just knew that that one order, I got a little cash. I said, well, let me see if I could take another order. And I took another order and another, and then the money started flowing. And then I started watching YouTube tutorials and
Right.
buying classes online. And I was like, okay.
Well, what was the one? What was like the one though? Like the one moment when you look back on it and you go, okay, yeah, that is the moment when I realized that this is something that I not only could make a living doing, but that I can really grow and establish myself in. When was that moment?
Well, I took a leap of faith and I got a small location inside of Atomic Mills Mall.
Oh wow, okay. That's a big leap of faith. Yes. Yes. Brick and mortar is a big leap of faith.
Me and my girlfriend, actually Monique, it was her and I, we was at and we got the kiosk and businesses started to take off.
Right.
And once we started like really generating some money, I'm like, okay. And then I took another leap of faith and decided to I saw an advertising for Food Network show.
Uh-oh.
And I sent pictures in. I did a little application online. I sent the pictures in and I got chosen. And I had only been doing cakes at that point for 2 years.
You got to tell us about that for sure. There ain't more details on that. Okay, keep going, keep going.
So I got the call that I was chosen, and I'm like, oh my word.
Wow, yeah.
Little old me. So,
Gosh.
this particular show, though, you had to bring somebody with you as an assistant. Well, I was still teaching myself how to bake. I didn't know anybody else. So I gave Monique a crash course. She was with me every day. And I'm like, okay, this is what I need you to do. We can go together.
She's talking about Monique from Own and Poppin'. So let's just.
Yes.
Hell, their last guest. Y'all go back and listen to Monique's interview. Her story is fantastic too. Yes. So Monique was with you in the trenches. I love it.
She's with me in the trenches. She got on that plane with me. We flew out to California. And it was a nightmare.
I know. I
wasn't ready.
Wow.
I wasn't ready.
Ready.
And I did that show, and then I got the itch to keep going. And then after that, I probably did maybe 3 or 4 more shows. I went back on Food Network 4 times, and then I did in Canada, and then I did a show with Buddy, the Cake Dolls.
That's
Hulu.
Yes.
Yeah. So
what was what was the big takeaway, the biggest takeaway from I wasn't ready? I mean, because people think when you get these opportunities that, it's you've arrived or it's going to be this big change in your life. And what I love about what you said was you realized I was not ready. So in that moment, what made you realize that? And then how did you use that as a lesson for you?
Well, I didn't realize that it was preparing me for something greater actually until it aired.
Okay.
Because I didn't know how these stories were
going to be
formulated, because everything you see on TV is not 100% reality.
Yes,
and so I found that out the hard way. So once I saw myself back on TV and everybody else saw me on TV, and I thought that I did terrible, but everyone else thought I did phenomenal. And, people just encouraged me to keep going because honestly, like I wanted to be done. Like it was such a bad experience for me that I just wanted to be done. But once it aired and once I got my community around me, it made me want to keep going. And that's why when more opportunities came about to go on more shows,
you did it.
Okay, I'm going to keep going with this.
I love that.
I could be just as good as everybody else that was on those shows.
And that's one of the biggest challenges to your mindset, because like I said, you could, a lot of people we'll talk off air. But although a lot of people who've done these shows and they had these grand visions for what was going to happen, and when it aired and it wasn't what they expected, they used that opportunity to quit. And what I love is that you said, well, I saw myself, I realized my community was going to support me and they believed in me, so I said I'm going to keep going. And that's the spirit of being a Black woman in food, because it's not easy to do what you do. It's not easy to be in this industry, whether you get the opportunity to be on Food Network, if you just got a small little cake shop, in your hometown. So what is like your advice to someone who finds himself in a position where they think maybe they didn't do their best with their cakes or their cupcakes? Whether in the limelight or not, what is your advice to them about keep going?
So for me, what I realized that on a lot of these shows that they do not bring on a lot of African American people.
No, they do not.
There's usually one or so.
No. And it's you, right?
Really, it really is. Like,
yes. And we're always rooting for you too. Like, damn, they always cut the Black girl off.
And then you also realize that they're casting you, but there is a storyline that's already
being
planned.
Yeah,
they fit you into that narrative. So
mm-hmm.
for me, I wanted to keep going because you didn't see too many Black people, one, on the show, nor did you see them
winning. Exactly, that's an issue. Yeah.
So I wanted to just keep going until I won. And again, I've been in this 13 years, and right. I've come close, but I still have not won, but I have not given up.
Well, you may not have won the title, but you've won the spirit of it all. You won the spirit, and I love that. I think that's fantastic. So keep trying and have a really good supportive system is what I'm hearing.
What I would love, so what I actually did, the last show that I was on, the one we did in Canada, we got to pick our own team. Most of these shows, you don't get to pick your teams.
Right.
So Canada, you got to pick your own team. So I picked 2 other African-American females that I met on other shows, and we went to Canada together.
Wonderful.
And even though we didn't win, it was like night and day doing the show in Canada versus doing the show here in the United States. So when I came back, not that I ever thought that it was going to get to him, but I typed out a letter to Tyler Perry.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, I need everybody to see that these shows do not represent African American people. And I want a show that has African American. There are so many cake artists that don't get their opportunity to shine because you're just not chosen.
Exactly.
And I still want to do that. I still want to be able to showcase the talent that we have in the African American community.
Well, speaking of talent, I mean, that kind of leads me to my next question. Well, and comment, which is, we know historically that many of the foods, the cuisines, the categories of food that we have in this country came from Black women, cooking, creating food out of nothing. From slavery and into freedom and then into the Depression and whatnot. And so when you think about your own life and the experiences you've had and the show that you want to create or the space that you want to create for Black designers or Black food specialists, what then is your favorite thing about being a Black woman in this space, in the food space?
Being underestimated. I've often felt like, and I hate to keep going back to the shows that I've been on, but
no, but that's a reference. We need it. That's the reference point. Yes.
There was a particular series that I was on, and the group that I was put in, of course, I was the only African American, and it was a gentleman and it was another woman, and they immediately gave me things that were not easy, but just, go, I need you to just go,
dismissive.
Throw about it, very dismissive.
Yes.
Because they didn't think that I could do it. So I decided I was going to showcase myself. since you don't want to showcase it, I'm going to showcase these.
Right.
So I took over this one particular episode that we had, and that was the only one that we had won first place. And when we won first place and it was showcased and I did the majority of the work, I didn't even get a great job, Debbie. Like it was like,
Yeah.
So I'm just so passionate just about getting us out there and showing what we can do.
Oh, and because we're always the underdogs.
Oh,
as we're always the underdogs. And I don't think you see that more glaringly than on television in these shows. Okay, we see it in the community. I mean, yes, some bakeries get more exposure, more customers than others, but you definitely see the disparity when you watch these shows. But I want to encourage you again I want to support you, of course, for keeping at it and wanting to be that representation because it's necessary and it's needed. I know it's not easy, but it's necessary and it's needed. It's not. I know it's not easy. You ain't got to tell me. So that's a lot. So when you're in your chill down moments, then, and I know you got to have at least 30 seconds of one. It'll be 30 seconds. Like when Debbie is hungry or craving something, what is your favorite sweet treat or meal? Your go-to meal on the days when perhaps you don't feel like you did your best, or you're at your lowest, or you're most stressed, or even your most joyful. What's the go-to dish or dessert for you?
I can't pick a dessert because I'm just not really a dessert lover because I'm just around it so much.
All the time, yes. I know how you feel.
So I'm going to have to go to food, and that would probably be a nice piping hot bowl of pho.
Ooh, pho. Vietnamese?
Oh, yes.
I love a good pho.
Listen,
a good pho. Oh my God, the broth.
Right. But my children have corrected me on, because I used to say pho. They're like, Mommy, it's not pronounced pho. It's actually pronounced pho. And I was like,
You know,
hey,
you're not soup.
nothing for you.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I love that because that is actually also one of my favorite dishes to eat. Oh my God. So do you like the chicken or the beef?
Oh, the beef. Oh, the brisket.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
So do you know how to make it, or do you have a particular place that you like to go get?
No, I go pick it up.
Oh, I love that.
After a long day of standing on my feet for 6 hours,
You don't want
I'm not making nothing.
That's right. That's so, oh my God, that is so true. And particularly as we come into the coldest season, as we're coming into the fall, winter, that is the perfect time to have pho. So tell us more about your brand. Okay, so the types of cakes you specialize in are what? And what is your most popular flavor of cake or even design? You tell me yours and I'm gonna tell you what cake I love that I have to have made for me on my birthday because I ain't doing it myself.
I would have to say my favorite cakes are the ones where the customer gives me creative freedom. So it doesn't matter what the theme is. As long as I have the creative freedom, then I love. But when I'm sent a picture and asked to replicate said picture, it's not fun to me. So I always try to somehow infuse myself into this design so it's not a replica. So I just enjoy anything that's extremely creative, and it came from me. I love doing sculpted cakes. I love doing hyper realistic cakes. I'm not a huge horror fan, but I can do a heck of a Halloween cake and have done. I don't want to say my least favorite, but so wedding cakes stress me out.
I know.
I love a wedding cake, but it stresses me out, and sometimes it's not worth it
It's not.
because of the amount of stress that goes along, and especially summertime weddings.
Well, because the heat. I feel like that about cupcakes in the summertime. Like
My
Father God. I
My God.
learned the hard way about doing events in the summer outside. Are you no
Anxiety
it's high.
is extremely hot, and traveling with them because most wedding
was
are 3 tiers.
oh my
Oh my God. So yeah, so my wedding cakes, while I do beautiful wedding cakes, they're just my least favorite because of the stress
Yes.
that goes along with it.
I know that's right. And when we get inquiries about cakes, I immediately get heart palpitations. I'm like, nope, I don't do designer cakes. Nope, nope, nope. I can refer you to some people, and I refuse. Like,
What I have done for a while is offer dummy cakes. And then what I did is undecorated kitchen cakes that they just sheet cakes that they cut in the back.
Right.
Now I can travel with a 4-tier dummy cake because it's not real. So when I was in Potomac Mills, I had a showcase and we had at least 8 cakes in there, and people would just come and ask if they could rent them. So I would just take them out of the case,
Hey, I love that.
let them take it to their venue, and bring it back when they're done.
Well, what about your favorite flavors? What's your top flavor?
Everybody sticks with basic vanilla.
No.
What?
No. Why?
I do vanilla.
Yes, dear vanilla.
Probably 90% of the time.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. Even with cupcakes, because we specialize in doing cupcakes. I don't. Please, God, don't tell me vanilla. So
So boring. I can't. So when we were at the mall, every week I would do a different flavor cupcake. So every week I chose like 6 different flavors that I would do. And they used to sell out. But when it came to cakes, people are like, oh, vanilla, chocolate, red velvet. Oh God, healthy. Oh,
no. I like I love a lavender almond cake. For my 50th birthday, I love chocolate. I'm a chocolate fan, but I asked the decorator, the cake specialist, to give me a black raspberry filling because I blackberry and raspberry because I like that. So I like cakes sometimes with fillings in them, but my favorite all time cake, I'm so sorry, and it's German chocolate. That's my favorite cake, and I make it from scratch. I made mine from scratch, and I use a different process, but it's my favorite cake. If it comes down to somebody wanting to get me a cake, and it's just like a regular cake, I don't want vanilla. I don't want sheep. I don't want that. You better make it a very good German chocolate cake, made with some real.
I love a good cookie butter cake now.
Oh no, that's a good cake too. But because like you, I'm around desserts a lot. My sweet tooth is like, yeah, and it's like, oh God, no, I can't. Please, God, don't offer me nothing. Won't want it. Right. So I love that. So tell me, what is your vision for your business in the next 2 to 3 years? Where do you see it heading? Where would you like to take it?
That changes. Like that answer changed. Like I never have the same answer.
It's fluid. I like it.
Ultimately, I would just love to teach the younger generation how to do cake decorating. And I've taught classes. I actually teach classes. We'll begin teaching classes at Shopmade in Richmond.
Okay.
So I would love to pass my skills on to the younger generation because I just feel like they can take it to a level that I probably
right
couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
So to have my own cake decorating like baking school,
Right.
not anything huge, just somewhere where the kids can come in, put their aprons on, and they can walk out with their creation. And I do it on a regular basis, not just like once a week.
Right.
They stand alone, come in, say, hey, we can do some parties.
Hey.
But I just love teaching the younger generation because I would used to go to high schools. I used to go to Potomac High School in Woodbridge, and they have a culinary arts in there. And I would go in there sometimes and work with the students. And I just love the young mind.
Oh, because they can be especially in this tech world, very creative with the 4D imaging, 3D, just the way they see patterns and things like that. I could definitely see that. I love that. So expanding to the teaching component of that would be fantastic. And so, what then do you need from the community as you're continuing to evolve and move forward? What do you need from us? How can we support you, the community out here?
Just order some cakes,
I So don't look over here.
I really would love for people to embrace the idea more of doing dummy cakes
Okay, yeah, like
instead of real cakes. And because I enjoy just doing like a basic sheet cake and nobody's going to see, but a dummy cake, I don't know. I just like people feel like it's a waste to have a dummy cake because
let's stop right there because I bet somebody's listening and going, "What is a dummy cake?" So, girls, you create what's the dummy cake?
so we call it a faux cake. So it's made out of all styrofoam. So it's the
Yes.
exact same design on the outside. You just can't cut it. And depending on what materials you use, whether you use fondant, some people use spackle, you can keep the cake forever. I have a girlfriend to this day. I did, I think, a 7-tier wedding cake for her 5 years ago, and it's still sitting on her dining room table.
I love that.
today.
I had a cake made for my 50th, and because I'm a writer, so she designed a book for me on the cake, and I still have it in my baking tray. And it's got my initial on it. It's R is my own book. So yes, I love that. So dummy cakes are definitely, oh my God, they're beautiful, and they are great reminders, bring back memories for people. So I love that you really want to encourage people to do dummy cakes.
Yeah.
Now, our final question, because we're coming down to the wire here. You do a lot, and you said something that a lot of people don't admit to, and that is being on your feet for 16 plus hours, sometimes a day, because baking is hard on the body. And I learned that being 5 years, almost 6 years in, it is hard on the body. And it can also be hard on the mind. So, how do you care for yourself mentally, physically, spiritually? Like, what is your daily wellness mindset practice?
I'm
Or do you have one?
embarrassed to say that I don't really have a routine. Like I just
A practice.
Sometimes I feel like I am just surviving.
Oh, no, that's not going to work.
no, but that's now it. But I kind of like
Yeah.
Just literally just having just that quiet time and sometimes getting some meditation in and having conversations with God. Like there's nothing that I do on a regular basis
Mm-hmm.
that I probably should be doing. Um,
Yeah, I would encourage you to pick
questions.
up something. Yes. We need to do that because you know the statistics for Black women in particular with health. We check out faster than a lot of people, and it's because we carry a lot. But there's a way to expand your wellness. And so I would like to just encourage you on that meditation and prayer. Make sure you come intentional about making it a daily practice, whether it's a minute or 2 minutes or 5. Give yourself that, whether it's in the morning, the afternoon, or the evening. Be intentional about reaching for that. You don't have to give 45 minutes to an hour, but 2 minutes to self will carry you a long way so that you can continue to be able to come to the table, teach others. If you want to teach, this is how you can be around to continue to do that. So I definitely, and I offer that to every woman that's on the show because that question stumps every last one. And I've learned the hard way about what this grind can do to our health and our wellness overall. So I want to encourage you to keep that.
Okay, see, I shall.
Okay, so give us your socials. How can people find you, connect with you, maybe order from you? Where are you at?
I am on Instagram, and my handle on Instagram is at Delicate Creation Cakes. On Facebook, I'm just Delicate Creation Custom Cakes. My website is mydelicatecreations.com. And on there, we have a contact form. So once you go on there, you can fill that out. It comes directly to me. Our email address is cakes@mydelicatecreations.com.
I think that's about it.
That's about, well, I think that's enough.
Go on the TikTok at Delicate Cakes.
Oh, love that. Wonderful. Debbie, thank you so much for being a guest on our show today and sharing a little bit about your story. And I hope you've inspired someone listening to take that big leap of faith also and go out there and try baking or whatever it is that they wish to do. Just take the leap of faith and try. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our show. Thank you so much for tuning in to Beyond the Plate RVA. I'm your host, Rebecca Pierce. Again, if you know a phenomenal Black or brown woman who you think would be a great guest for our show, we need to hear her foodie story. Make sure you send us an email at info@rlpproductions.com. Or you could always hit us up on our Instagram, Beyond the Plate RVA TV show. Hit us up there, send us a DM, and we would love to have a conversation with her to help, again, tell her foodie story. So with that, we'll see you next time. Bye.